So back again to doing the pico challenges. This is Keygenme, a reversing challenge, and it's 400 points. So the next thing we want to do is just copy the link, and you can use wget here to download it. Yeah, we have that there. So chmod plus x. I'm not sure if we are supposed to execute this, but okay. Enter your license and it says the key is invalid. So let's use radare as always to try and analyze the binary. So you can use AAA for that, AFL, and PDF at main. Remember in the last video you used S for seek and then the main, so we like jumped into the main function and then we just did the PDF directory. So to explain this code, as you can see here, we have some local variables here, and we are having the first string here. So like enter your license key. We are being prompted to enter a license key. We can give it anything. From there we can see that it's giving hex25 to like we are copying hex25 to ESI, and then we are calling fget. So basically we'll be required to give an input that is not longer than 36, I bet, because ESI will just like take the second argument for fgets, and the second argument for fgets is always the int size. Yeah, so the first argument is for, I think, the character, then this is the string to, like, you can say we want the string to be 0. I guess that's why we have something like rdx having a 0 from here, because it's taking a relocation. I think this is standard in. Yeah, so that's it for that part of code. From there, what we can see is we have the local variable there, var30h. This funny because radare names these variables in a very weird way, but anyway, from there we can see we are testing the AL. So basically with the AL, so this is really weird because I bet this AL is for an already made register for like if they, I think they have the value with them like inside the program, and it will test with the AL in our flag, in the input that we will give it. So basically if that is true, we jump somewhere, and then so basically I think this will go like character to character testing the AL. That's the lower bit of RAX, which is, you can like, to remember it, you can say a lower, which is a part of AH, which the upper bit is AH, that is a higher. Then combined, I think they will go to something called what, EAX, I guess. Yeah, basically that's it. So from there, when you loop through, you will get that the key is valid or the key is not invalid, whatever. But that's what the code is testing. From here we can see that we have a symbol of stack check field. This is basically the cookie that calls the canary, so we already know what that does. So basically just to show you another lit trick, you can say file equals to, I think this is Keygenme, yeah. So then you can like set the disassembly to Intel. So we can view the function using I for info, then functions. So basically we know there is an MD5 that is being like computed from our previous code. So basically we can break at this point, because if you like, okay, sorry for that, if you like check this, we don't have the main function, because remember this thing was stripped, kind of. As you can see using the file command, we can see that this is stripped, so basically we don't have the symbols. That's why we will be breaking at MD5 at PLT, that is the procedure linkable table. But anyway, that's it. So we can run that, and sorry, this is my backseat doing the backup thing. So we want to send a license key of 37 characters, 36 that is. So yeah, something like that. From there we can disassemble the function, and we can see we are in md5 at plt. So we can type finish to like jump out of this function and go to the next. Okay, that is really weird. So let's run it again. Yeah, something like that, and disassemble that, and we got there. So let's just loop through. Just stepping forward single instructions, we can see we land into some code where we saw the test here, the rdx thing, and then we can see more test on r8d. I bet this is the al, the a lower thing. Then you're jumping to md5 111 if that is not equal, or that is equal. Yeah, so we will be looping through this one. So basically I'm really confused at this point, so I'll just set a breakpoint here at this guy here, and then just disassembling that. Can we check the string at like al something of sort, and we don't see anything. So at this point I'm really like, I really wonder what we can do, but basically we know that it's looping over our input. So the next thing we can do, we can just like step through, and since we are close to like ending, we can check now the strings in RSP, that is in our stack. So basically we can check the first 50 strings, and the funny thing we can see is we can see our flag there, but it's just part of the flag. So basically if we give this flag correctly, we can see that if we give this flag correctly, of course we will loop around, I think, the length of this flag. So that's the number of times we will loop until we find that the character here will not be the same with our character. So basically we will fail. But now we give something like a. So basically if a compared to p will be wrong, so that will fail, of course. So if we say finish, we can see for the first loop we just failed. So basically at this point I would go for symbolic execution, because this is would be really hectic if we were to debug this stuff. So now I can like use symbolic execution. So I have an alias just to start my virtual environment for angr, and from there we can just type python 3, and we can import angr framework. Since we have angr framework imported, now we can say that our project equals to angr dot project, I think, and we'll just give it our program. So what that does is it will import the whole thing, look at it, and yeah, so you can see here it has some information about it. So we also need to like define some state. So the state will of course be equal to something like angr dot factory dot entry state. Yeah, so this is an error, I think. So basically I think this should be state, not sure. This was really, it's been a minute since I did this. So module angr dot factory. Yeah, we like defined our project to be p, so that should be it. So then we need some sim manager to like tell it yeah, you should start it from here, something like that. So this should be p.factory. So sim manager, we can assume sim manager to be our driver. So sim manager dot sim manager, I think, so manager, and then we should give it our entry point. So we'll start with the state, and then we can tell now our sim manager, so our driver, can you like explore all the paths for this project? So we can use run, or equivalently we can use explore. So let's see. So this will explore all paths that this binary has. So we can see that 8 dead ended. So we can say if sim manager dot dead ended. So if sim manager dot ended dot dead ended, and then we can say for s in dot for s in s dot. Okay, this should be sim manager. Then we can say temporary direct, all the temporary variable should have s dot POSIX dot dumps. So we are just dumping the input that we gave, that the angr framework generated for the binary. Then we should print it. Should print that, I think. Yeah, and as you can see here, it starts giving p, then pi, and all the way, and now we have our key here. So we can authenticate now our flag here. And also I have like launched a Discord server. You will find it down in the description. You can log in and also DM me if you have subscribed to get a special role in the server. Basically, also if you have like gone into my Patreon, there are also private videos for that. You can like DM me and I'll give you special roles for that. See you next time.